I tested the top 7 trading strategies to see which one is most profitable, and these results are going to shock you. The first strategy that I tested was day trading. Now, this is something that requires the person to be consistently on their computer, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have time in your day, this is a great trading strategy for you. Now, what is the concept behind day trading? Well, it's entering a trade during the market day and exiting in that same day. So if you enter after 9:30 a.m., let's say you enter at 9:30 in the morning on the nose, you need to exit by 4 p.m. You do not want to sit in that stock overnight. That's the idea behind day trading. And for me, I was looking at LABU. This is a 3-time levered biotech bull ETF, meaning that it moves very quickly, and it is very advantageous for day trading. Now, I'm going to caveat that with, it's very advantageous to make profits, but it's also possible to make very fast losses if you don't do it the right way. Now, let's look at this day trade from today that's actually actively happening right now. And this is why I love LABU, a 3-time levered ETF. Now, the first thing that I look for when it comes to anything that has to do with really any trading, but specifically day trading, is where my trend is. For me, I need to have my trend above this yellow line of 80%. And why would I need to have that? Because all of trading is about giving you the highest probability to make money. It is absolutely impossible to make money on every single trade. It's just not going to happen. But we can give ourselves the highest probability to make money, and having a trend up here above 80% when you're going long is going to kind of put favor on your side to make some money. So let's look at this right off the bat. 9:30 in the morning, we actually have a beautiful trend coming in. Now, what's the next thing that I look for? Well, I want to see how many people are participating in this, and that is what? That is your volume. Market participation is very important. I'm going to get to that later in this video and why volume is so important, but you need to have a lot of volume coming in. You need to have a lot of buyers going with you. Think about it this way. If you're pushing a boulder up the hill, do you want just one person, or do you want 15 people pushing that boulder up the hill? Well, you want 15. You want everybody going in the same direction, and that's exactly what volume is if you're trying to go long on a stock. Then you're looking for your buy signals. You're looking for what I call engulfing candlesticks. This tells me that the volume is on my side, the trend is on my side. We are making new highs on the stock. And you can see here that the trend was there through the morning. We had great volume for the first hour. And what did you have? You had these engulfing candlesticks where this candle took out this candle. This candle took out this candle. This candle took out this candle. Then it pulled back. And what happened? Well, our trend began to reverse on us. Sellers started to come in. People were starting to take profits on their stocks. And what does that tell us as a day trader? Exit the stock, take your profits, move on. And this can be a very, very, very profitable way to trade, but you need to have the time to do it. You cannot leave this seat. If you leave this seat, you see how quickly this happened. You see how quickly this little pullback happened here. Each one of these candles is 15 minutes. This happened very fast. You cannot leave your chair when it comes to day trading. Trading strategy number 2, trend trading. And trend trading is actually my favorite way of trading. And it is a very, very profitable way of trading. And the great thing about this one, which is the total opposite of day trading, is you do not need to sit on your computer all day. This is perfect for the person that works, or the person that is in school, or the person that cannot spend more than 5 to 10 minutes on a chart per day. And you're probably looking at me saying, how are you supposed to trade by spending 5 to 10 minutes and make money and have any confidence? Stocks bounce all over the place. I'm telling you, you can do it here. I'm going to look at this chart right here. This is my long-term chart. So I'm going to actually pull up something like Walmart. And what am I looking at here on Walmart? Well, this trend that we currently have going on has been going for a very long time. Let me first explain the sweet spot. I'm looking again at the highest probability of making money. And I have found in testing these strategies that between 80%, again, and 32% on the bottom, once I'm in this area right here, almost this box, that is what I call the sweet spot. This is where you get the highest probability to make money. Remember, it's not going to work every single time. But if you do this on a consistent basis and buy stocks when they're in the sweet spot with their weekly stochastic or their weekly trend, you are more likely than not going to make money for a very long period of time if you trust that trend. So let's look at Walmart here. Walmart basically came into the sweet spot here in January. We are going to assume that there was a lot of volume coming in because you cannot go from $50 to $70 over a 6 to 8 month period of time without having buyers in the market. So we're just going to assume that there was volume coming in there. Then what are you looking for to buy this thing? You're looking for your engulfing candlesticks. Again, I talked about this in day trading. It's the same thing when you're long-term trading. You need to get buy signals. You need to have volume coming in. Everybody's pushing that boulder in the same direction. You could have gotten in many, many times throughout here. If you didn't get it here, you could have got it here. If you didn't get it here or here, you could have got it here. That's the beauty of long-term trading. And no matter where you entered on this thing, what was the idea behind it? Well, the idea is you grab it here. I'm going to just say that we got in down here. And as the stochastic climbs, what happens to the stock price? Well, the stock price continues to climb. And as we get into this overbought area, over 80% in this area up in here, do we exit? No, you don't exit. Just because something's overbought doesn't mean that the run is over. As a matter of fact, there's a name for this. It's called a power stock. And that's the best part about long-term trading or trend trading, is if you can catch a trend and it can get into that overbought area and just go sideways and stay above this red horizontal line, just continues to wiggle back and forth, but it goes and goes sideways. What happens to the stock price? The stock price climbs and climbs. And of course, you're going to have these hiccups in here. You're going to have some times where the stock prices fall. That doesn't change the trend. That's the most important thing about this. The trend, if the trend doesn't change on you or reverse down on you, you stay in this stock. So this is perfect for the person that is long-term trading. This, to me, is one of the most profitable ways to make money and one of the least labor-intensive ways to make money. And if you're a person that's kind of on the fence about, oh, I don't know if I can get into trading, I don't have the time, this is the perfect way of trading or strategy for trading for you. Now, strategy number 3, price action. You hear the word price action constantly out there. You hear pundits on television talk about it. You probably hear people on YouTube talking about it. You hear people that make a ton of money trading price action because the stock price is going up or stock price is going down, so they're going to go short. I am here to tell you, price action does work if it's used correctly. The misconception that I have about price action, here's what we see. We see, I'm going to move this over, so we just have a black screen. We see a stock price that, let's say this is $10 and this is $20, and all of a sudden, the stock price just starts to go up. You don't pay attention to the trend. You don't pay attention to the volume here. All you do is pay attention to the stock price, and you buy it. And then what happens when you buy it? Well, it comes back down because the price action just stopped. People are taking profits, whatever it is, but you had no clue what you were buying except that the price was going up. That's the biggest fault that I see with price action or trading. Price action trading is great if done correctly. And for me, instead of trading based off of price action, I would say just go to our first strategy, go to day trading. This is going to give you the same thing as price action, except you're going to have more clues and you're going to be more successful because you're going to be more profitable because you're going to have a trend to follow. You're going to see that there's a buy signal in there. You're going to see that you have great volume coming in. You're going to see that you have these engulfing candlesticks. When the trend changes on you and goes to the downside, you're going to see that. You don't have that with price action. So if you just take price action in and of itself alone, you say a stock price is going to go up, the stock price is going up, therefore it's going to continue to go up. That is a very, very poor way of trading. So for the sake of this video, when I'm looking and saying I tested price action, I literally did not look at a trend. I didn't look at volume. I only looked at the stock price going up and I tried to buy it and it rarely worked out. So for me, price action is very, very low on this list of things that strategies that are going to work, but price action does work if you supplement it with a trend and volume and pretty much your day trading with it. So that's where I see price action falling in these strategies. Strategy number 4. This is another one of my favorites. This is swing trading. So what exactly is swing trading? You probably hear about this from the pundits on television. Swing trading is different from day trading because you're staying in a stock overnight. And you're staying in this for, I say 1 to 5 days. It's probably 1 to 10 days. I've been in swing trades that have been 12 days, 13 days. But for the simplicity of breaking down exactly what a swing trade is, I just say a day trade is intraday. A swing trade is 1 to 5 days. A long-term trade is 2 weeks or more. That's kind of how I go about it. None of these numbers or theories are built into concrete, but I wanted to get the point across of what swing trading is. It's something that's relatively quick. So if we just look here at Walmart recently, and we're going to ignore earnings here for the time being, this is pretty much the same chart that we saw on Walmart over here on a long-term chart. But what do you notice? Actually, let's zoom out a lot. Let's zoom out here. You notice this is January of 2024. We came up and we went sideways and that's all we did. Now, if we look at January of 2024, this is the same chart. These candles are right here are exactly the same as right here. But look how insane this stochastic is. Look how insane this stochastic is. This stochastic is your daily stochastic, and that is the idea of swing trading. You're doing things more quickly. You're kind of opening up that magnifying glass. So if we just look only at this chart, we can say we got into Walmart, same concept, in that sweet spot between 32 and 80%. You had great volume coming in, and what happened? Well, the stock price just went up. It got into this overbought area. But you can see here, this didn't last months. This didn't last weeks. This didn't last years. This lasted a matter of maybe 15 days. And then what happened? The trend reversed on you, and you were exiting. Now, yes, the stock price is still up here. It's consolidating, but the trend is telling me that this thing is about to come down. This is where I got my start. I started swing trading for a living. I was 14, 15, 16 years old, and I was sitting there working at a golf course, and I was saying, there's got to be a better way to make money. I don't want to work for this person. I don't want to come here early in the morning. I don't want to leave late at night. So I found trading, found swing trading specifically, sat on my computer, learned how to do this, and this is an incredibly profitable way to make money. I've been doing this for 21 plus years. This is one of my favorite ways of trading. So when it comes to swing trading, the idea is get in it and get out of it. Not as fast as day trading, but you can make a lot of money here. You can make a lot of money here. And another great thing about day trading or swing trading, if you are kind of range bound, and we're going to get into range bound trading because I did test that method. But if you look at this and you say, okay, our stock price, we're going to pretend that it's between the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. 200 down here, 100 down here. I said it backwards. If you start going up here and you're running into the 100, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to probably run into resistance. The stock price is going to bounce back down. And where's it going to probably bounce to? It's going to probably bounce to the 200. And once it hits the 200, what happens? It bounces back up. So you almost have these built-in exit points and entry points. So you can just say, we're just going to go like this. We're just going to go back and forth like this, and this is all we need to do. And that is the beauty of swing trading. It kind of takes out a little bit of the thinking for you. Now, when you get up here, and we are in this kind of no man's land, these are all-time highs, you don't have any of these moving averages to work off of, you're just kind of on your own, it can become a little more complicated. Not that much more complicated, trust me. If I could do this, anybody can do this. We have so many people in our community that are doing this. But swing trading is a fantastic way to make money, guys. So I encourage you to examine this method of trading. Now, if this type of video or trading strategy interests you, I have a great community for this. It's $25 on Patreon right now. The link is in the description below. And the beauty of this community is that we have people from truly all walks of trading life. There's people that day trade. There's people that swing trade. There's people that long-term trade. There's people that do their own methods of trading, but they all have each other to talk to. And that's the really important thing about this. Trading can be a very lonely road. I may be speaking to you, and you're somebody that just wants to start getting into trading, and you're looking at this saying, this seems so unbelievably complicated. I don't know what this guy's talking about with volume. I don't know what all these squiggly lines are on the screen. Trust me, you can get this. If I was able to get this at 14, you're going to be able to get this. We have so many young people out there. We have older people. We have men. We have women. Guys, give it a shot. You're really going to enjoy it. You're going to like talking to the other community members, and you're going to find the method of trading that works specifically for you. Now, we have 3 more popular trading strategies that I tested. This one, end of day trading. Now, earlier in the video, I said that I was going to come back to volume and explain what volume really is. Volume is the gasoline that goes in your car, just like the 15 people that are pushing the boulder up the hill. If you do not have enough gas in your car, you're not going to get up the hill. If you don't have enough people pushing that boulder, you're not going to get up the hill. And what happens at the end of the day? Well, I want you to pay attention to this. Even if you don't trade, if you don't do anything like that, I want you to pay attention to the last 10 to 15 minutes of each trading day. So pull out your iPhone, whatever, and just look and see what happens to stocks, or pull out Yahoo Finance, pull out whatever it is, and see what happens to stock prices at the end of the day, the last 10, 15 minutes, maybe the last 5 minutes. Stocks go crazy. If you are, let's say that the NASDAQ is up 2% at the end of the day, there's a good chance that the NASDAQ is going to finish up 2.3% or finish up 1.7%. How are you going to have a 0.3% fluctuation in stock prices? Because volume changes. People are taking profits at the end of the day. So you can take advantage of that. If you're looking at some of these stocks, let's see here. I'm looking at LABU, and it doesn't happen every single day, but end of day, here you go. You went from $127 on LABU to $130 in the last 45 minutes, but specifically, look at this, in the last 30 20 minutes towards the end of the day. It's crazy. It can really, this is where a lot of people can make a lot of money. Let's go to some techs. Let's look at NVIDIA real quick. NVIDIA, look at this on NVIDIA. I don't know what day this was, but end of the day, look at this movement from 107 down to 105.50. That is serious movement in the last 15 minutes of the trading day. Let's continue on. Let's come over here. Here was this day we didn't really move very much. Now let's continue on here. Look at this jump that happened at the end of the day. This big jump down, moving from 103.50 down to 102.50. That's a $1 swing in the last, that could have been the last 5 minutes of the day. These are 15-minute candles, so I can't see the minute to minute, but you can see what happens at the end of the day. I love trading at the end of the day. When I was personally trading, I would trade from 9:30 to about 11, and then I would log back on my computer maybe 3 o'clock and see where the market sentiment is. If you had a big market day, I was looking for things to pull back. If you had a big down day, I was looking at things to go up at the end of the day. Usually sentiment's going to change. The surge can continue in the same direction as the market, but if you follow the end of day trading, you're probably going to make a lot of money, and this is where day traders can take serious advantage of making money. So like I was saying, this is what I would do. So there was a time when I was exclusively trading LABU, and this is the 3-time levered biotech stock that I was showing you. I would literally go to my computer for the last 30 minutes of every day, and I would just wait for a spike to happen. And if that spike was up, I was going long. This didn't matter where I was because I was so used to trading this stock. I could jump on my phone on an app and see the candle going up. I would go in and buy. If I was at home and I had the opportunity to sit on my computer, I would go ahead and buy. I was always making money every single day. Every single day I would sit there for the last 30 minutes and just see if I got that surge. This is going to happen on a lot of tech stocks. So if you're somebody that wants to trade tech stocks, Facebook, Google, NVIDIA, Meta, Tesla, whatever it is, and you could probably do this on something like a Bitcoin as well. Actually, you could probably do this on futures as well because it's setting up the next day or setting up after hours trading. Just like I traded LABU every single day, you can go out and find your own stock to trade end of day to capitalize on that big volume influx. Strategy number 6, trading the news. This is something that we hear often about on television. And for me, I look at this 2 ways. I look at this as, let's go to the cover of Yahoo Finance and see what we have going on. So I see Trump has lost $4 billion in Truth Social wipeout. So I might go in and say, okay, I wonder what this Truth Social ticker symbol is doing today. What to expect from the iPhone 16 event? To me, that's something that you trade. The market is going to react positive. Today we're going to talk at 1 o'clock. Apple's going to go do their speech. Tim Cook and everybody else in Apple is going to talk about the new iPhone that's coming out, the new Apple Watch, the new iOS 18, and hopefully some new AirPods. But the idea behind this is the market is going to have a reaction to it. Positive or negative, go and look and try to trade that. That's something that I would look at doing. Now let's continue on here. GameStop. I know GameStop is reporting earnings this week. It's a crazy one, but you can definitely get into it. Another way that this isn't necessarily the news, but I will come up here to markets and I'll go at the trending tickers. Why trending tickers? Because we know they're in the news. They're going to move in price. Look at this. Palantir. Palantir is up 11.69%. Summit Therapeutics. I have no idea what Summit Therapeutics is, but they're up 62% today. So what does that say to me? Something's up 62% a day. There's a high likelihood that during the day, sometime it's going to start to pull back. That's what I would be looking for. That's what trading the news means to me. Dell up 4.65%. SINTX Technologies. No clue what it is. It's up 112%. This is something you could take advantage of. There's probably going to be a big pullback on it because this is an unrealistic reaction to a stock price. So this is kind of where I go at things. Let's see another one. United Airlines up 3.27%. Moderna up about 5%. Go in there, find what's trending, find what's going on in the news, and try to make some money on them. It is a great, great way of doing things if you don't have a specific set of stocks like you noticed for me. I traded LABU. I only traded LABU. I would never go and look at anything else. Why? Because I learned the behavior of LABU and I knew that it did something every single day. But if you don't want to do that, you're more than welcome to go out and see what's trending that day and capitalize on it. I know many, many people in our community that do that. So before we go to our 7th strategy, I ask that you like and subscribe to this video. And if there's a strategy here, we have one more left, but if there's a strategy here that you use that I did not cover, comment below. I would love to test out that strategy for you and make a video on it. So if we look at our very last one, we are going to look at range-bound trading. So when we talk about stocks that are range-bound, you might also hear me say consolidation. So I'm going to pull up actually, you know what? Let's stick with this chart. Let's stick with Walmart. We notice here, I'm just going to take out some moments in time. Let's go from right here to right here. Now this was from, I'm going to call it February 14th through, let's call it May 14th, just to use whole date. So February, March, April, May. That's a long time. And what happened to the stock price? Let's just draw some lines here. You notice, look at that. So if we just cover up our lines with our whiskers, $58.70 on the low to $61.60 on the high. Guys, that is a $4 range that you just bounced back and forth and you didn't break up or down in a matter of 3 to 4 months. That is crazy. But how can you take advantage of that? Well, look at this. You know that, especially in here, when over in April, you know what's going to happen. You know, as soon as you touch this top end of $61.60, I think I said, what's going to happen? It's going to bounce down and it's going to go back down. And where's it going to stop? $57 and what did I say? $57.60. Range-bound stocks are fantastic stocks to trade for swing trading because they have built-in barriers. It's almost like bumper bowling. If you ever going to roll a ball down a lane, what is it called? Bowling? Yeah. Roll a ball down a lane at the pins, and you have those bumpers up, and they bounce off of each other. What's happened? The ball's not going to go in the gutter. It's just going to continue to bounce back and forth until it gets to the end of the lane. That's exactly what this is. The stock price is going to go up, and it's going to bounce down. It's going to go up, and it's going to bounce down. Sometimes you're going to see that you're bouncing off of the 25-day moving average to the 50, to the 25, to the 50. Sometimes you're not going to have those. They're going to be built in themselves. But the idea is when you see a consolidation channel or a range-bound channel, you know where you're going to sell, when you're going to exit, when you're going to buy. That is the beauty of range-bound trading. It has those built-in barriers for you to say, this is where I'm going to buy, this is where I'm going to sell. It doesn't get any easier than that. If you guys are interested in learning about all of these different strategies, and this is something that's new to you, I created a beginner's guide. It is a long video, but it's bookmarked, and you can go in there and it covers every single thing that you need to know to get started trading. It's right here. Click it. You guys have a great day.